Hi, my name is Julia Kessler. In Accidental Shakespeare Company's Romeo and Juliet, I play Friar Lawrence and Gregory, and I also served as the text coach for this production, and I'm a longtime Accidental Shakespeare Company ensemble member. So today I'm here to talk about cross-gender casting and why it can be advantageous to audiences. Obviously, I can't get in the heads of every audience member, so I'll talk about this from a very personal perspective, what I have gained as an audience member in productions where there's been cross-gender casting. So first of all, let's define what we're talking about. So cross-gender casting is when the actor's gender is different than the gender of the character that they're playing. So when I've seen productions that have cross-gender cast, usually one of two things happens. This is during the production. There's times that I just forget the actor's gender altogether, or I just cease to become aware of it. Sometimes I forget the character's gender as well. It just sort of becomes a non-issue. Other times I find that I'm aware of both the character's gender and the actor's gender at different times, or sometimes at the same time as the performance is going on. And it's really interesting. My brain has gone to so many different places and so many different themes than I think that it would have if I was watching a production where the actor and the character both had the same gender. So personally, I really like what it does in freeing my imagination as an audience member toward larger themes and away from a more literalist way to interpret the text or way to see the story. Also, I find from a personal perspective, particularly with leading characters, if this character is cast differently than the gender written, and let's not forget something like 85% of all Shakespeare characters are male. For me, if I see a character that's cast cross-gender, for me it's an instant in, because I can put myself into the shoes of this other person, even if the character has a different gender, much more readily if it's not the usual people that we see as the leads, as the leaders, which are usually cisgender men in most Shakespeare. At the end of the day, though, the thing that excites me most about cross-gender casting is, especially with plays like Romeo and Juliet, that we know them so well. I've studied Romeo and Juliet in school. I've sung songs based on Romeo and Juliet. I've seen it in countless movies. I know this really, really well. But if actors are cross-gender cast, it jolts me out of the familiar of what I think I know about the production and what I think I know about the characters. And suddenly I'm seeing this thing that I thought I knew so well in a brand new light. It's almost like hearing a really skillful cover of, say, a Beatles song. Something we've heard all our lives, and suddenly it's fresh and new again. And I love fresh, I love new. I love to see as many different facets of a work like this as possible. So cross-gender casting, I believe, for me, has always made the larger permutations of what this work could be possible. So I hope that this resonates with some of you. I hope this may give some of you ideas about how to approach perhaps your first production that has been cross-gender cast as an audience member that you're seeing. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you might join us for Accidental Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.